everyone and good morning. My name is Trish and I use this channel to share what my day-to-day life is like. When you think about homeschooling moms or families, what do you think of? Do you think of an ambulatory wheelchair user with several serious chronic health conditions? Probably not, but here we are. I am a homeschooling mom. Today I want to do something a little different. I'm going to do a day in the life video and take you along on our homeschool day. I'm going to show you how I adapt my life to be able to homeschool as a disabled person. And I hope by the end of it, maybe I will kind of debunk some myths about homeschooling. I don't do these day in the life videos very often, but I thought it would be fun to do today. I am brewing my coffee right now. It is just before 6 a.m. My daughter is fast asleep, but I couldn't sleep any longer, so I thought I'd get a head start on my day. And by head start, I mean I'm gonna sit and watch TV and drink coffee. I'm not gonna do all that much here this morning until she wakes up, but just like a little quiet in the morning. As we go around the day, I'm going to talk about different myths about homeschooling and how they're wrong, at least for our family. I'm not going to say they're wrong in every family, but we don't fall into too many homeschool stereotypes, I don't think. Schooling has been amazing for my family. My daughter is incredibly intelligent. And she was not thriving at a level she was capable for in public school. And that's nothing against the public school. It's just not what they're designed for. They have a lot of kids and 1 to 2 staff members per classroom, and they can only do so much. Teachers are wonderful. I fully support public school teachers. We wanted to try something else. So she is technically in 2nd grade, but we started 3rd grade work a couple of months ago. She's staying on task. She's gaining skills left and right. Her math and science are amazing. Her creative thinking is amazing. She just understands how the world works better. My homeschool style is a little unique. So we do unit studies, which means we think about one topic together and then we just dive into it for a few weeks. And we incorporate as much as possible into that. So we just finished learning about Ohio history and we just dove into the history of Ohio. We traveled around Ohio, learned a few different things. We learned all about the state symbols, how Ohio government works. But at the same time, we didn't neglect like math or English. We did all those things. To fill in the gaps, I use a program called Schoolio, and that is specifically designed for neurodivergent children, and it is wonderful. It's great for everyone. It really is. It's just very engaging. And if you're thinking about homeschooling, but you don't want to plan all the material yourself, I do suggest you check it out. I'm not an affiliate or anything. I just really like it. And when I don't have a lesson for every single subject, I like to pull it out, and she's progressing in that, and she's doing wonderfully. We use it a lot for math because I am not great at math. So that is something that I need a little help on, and that's fine. Schooling has become so mainstream that there are thousands of resources, and it doesn't matter if you're not a teacher. I actually have a background in early childhood education, but you don't need it. So I guess that's the first myth. We haven't even got out of the intro yet, and that's the first myth. You don't have to be highly educated to homeschool your child. You have to have a desire to learn. You have to have dedication, because if you won't stick with it, then your child will get behind. But you don't have to have a college degree. Our homeschool days are fairly structured. Every unit, we change the order in which we do our schoolwork, but it stays generally the same throughout the unit. There is a variation here or there, but we'd like to follow a predictable order, just like a classroom. We also give a lot of break time. Every 2 to 3 subjects, I give my daughter a break. She goes and flips on her gymnastics bar. She goes on her tumble track. Sometimes she plays a computer game or watches TV. But she is not a sedentary type of child. Like, she likes to move. She'll color. Sometimes she does totally spontaneous academic stuff. I will just look up from my computer because I like to take those breaks to get my stuff done, and I will see her writing a book. She really likes to write comic books. I will hear her listening to a song and she will be writing down the words from the song on paper. And organic learning is awesome. And that is what homeschool has brought to our home. It has brought a love for learning. And sometimes it's work, especially as a disabled mom, but it's worth every minute. All right, I am going to get my day started. I'll be coming in and out. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And first up is coffee. My coffee was done right as I said that, so now I'm back. This is my giant cup of coffee. So when my neurologist asks and I say I only have 1 cup of coffee, I don't only have 1 cup though. So I was about to sit down and do some things on my computer, but before I do that, I just want to go over kind of what we're doing today. I picked a good day to do this because this is going to kind of peak what homeschooling is like for us. We are in Unicorn Week. My daughter picked it and we haven't done a fun unit for a while. We've been pretty serious on our learning. I think fairy tales was the last really fun unit we did. So we're going to have a great time. We're going to start off our day with some spelling words. We are just going through a book on that. I got it off Amazon. We are still on 2nd grade spelling words. We have not moved on to 3rd grade spelling words yet. I want to cover them all. After that, we are going to do art and we're going to draw a unicorn together. I am a terrible artist and my daughter is a wonderful artist and she thinks it's the greatest thing ever to watch mommy struggle to create creatures while she makes these beautiful pictures. After that, I bought her a brand new book. She does not know about this book yet, and she loves to get books. We can't possibly buy every book I need. We are great supporters of the library. We go to several on a regular basis. But I like to do something special now and then, and this is going to be exciting. We are going to use this book to talk about inferences. Go through different parts of the book and have her find context clues to see if she can support her inferences. For social studies, we are using worksheets to learn more about landforms. I don't like a worksheet heavy day, but sometimes they are necessary, I think. We are going to do a science experiment, which is always a good time. We'll do some Spanish on an app called Babbel, and it seems to always be on sale. So if you're looking for a great app that your child can use independently as long as they're old enough, which I think 8 and up is probably great. Babbel is wonderful. We had used a different program and she wasn't picking up any conversational Spanish. That is another advantage of homeschooling, is that you get to introduce a foreign language as young as you want. I know some public schools do that, but in our area, you're going to be hard pressed to find that before 6th grade, 5th grade. And in our school, I think it's 9th grade. Second myth of the day is that homeschooled children get less of an educational experience, because that is not true. In some cases, they get more of an educational experience. I know in our case, we learn about way more of a variety of things than she would get a chance to in a traditional school. We spent time in the fall learning about chess. It wasn't her thing. We decided to stop, but it is something that we got to do. Today, we're going to try a new coding program. I don't know if she'll like it. We tried a different version of the same program and she just wasn't ready. But now they have like a junior. It's called Coding Combat, I believe. And they have a junior that's for 5 to 8. She is 8. She just didn't have the foundational skills to do the other one. We're going to try it. We will do current events. And that will be, we watch a video and they kind of sing about the current events. It's cool. She likes it. They keep it very non-political, very factual. I like it too. And then we will wrap up our day with cursive. I think I went out of order telling you about some of this stuff, but I am just going through this because I might not show you everything. I might not show you every single bit of work she does, so I just want you to see what we get accomplished in a day. Sometimes we do more, and I won't lie, sometimes we do less. But that is what we have today, and it all evens out to a perfectly appropriate amount of work. I will probably get dressed and ready sometime in the morning. My daughter will not get in the shower, get dressed, get ready until after lunchtime. That is a stereotype we are not fighting. We do schoolwork in our pajamas 90% of the time. And you know what? I think you learn better comfortable. I am going to take this time while my daughter is still sleeping to do some lesson planning. Okay, this is just what my little document looks like that I use the lesson plan. I have the dates. Up top are the schedules, but this thing is like 6 to 8 pages at any given time. But it's labeled by math, English, all that good stuff. I just go through, I write the dates, and then I write like little notes. So we have Pacific Islander Heritage Month coming up in May. May 1st is Mother Goose Day. We have Cinco de Mayo. Just so when I'm lesson planning, I can include all those. Then once my daughter generates her theme, I will start figuring out what we're going to do. I won't be done with this today. Okay, it is 7:30. I got as much of the lesson planning done as I can do without knowing a theme. And my daughter's still sleeping, so I'm going to make myself breakfast. I have some mushrooms, baby Bella mushrooms, they're my favorite, and spinach in a pan. I'm going to add eggs and have like over easy eggs with this. I'm going to let this cook down first. My rheumatologist and I are working together to create a diet that does not include processed foods, so I cook a lot. I try to avoid unnatural sugars, all that. It's hard, but I do think it makes me feel better. As a disabled person, I will either cook in my wheelchair or grab a chair. Today, I'm going to grab a chair. It's coming along. Just added some salt and pepper. Here it is. I am not a food photographer, but eggs, mushrooms, and spinach. Eating like this is more work, but it is so satisfying. Okay, it is 8:30. She's still down. We have not started our day at all. This is not typical. She must have had a long weekend, though, and needed the rest, and I like to prioritize rest in our homeschool. We'll get it done, but it is also methotrexate day. I am not going to show you how I give myself a shot, but once a week, I have to give myself this methotrexate. I do it in my stomach. I also have to give myself weekly B12 and something called Enbrel. The easiest one's Enbrel because it's an auto pen. I will do that on Wednesday. Today is Monday. I like to space out the methotrexate and the Enbrel. And those are all for rheumatoid arthritis and alkalining spondylosis, which I'm probably saying wrong. I got lectured on it at a recent trip to the hospital. That's how it's said now. All right, so I'm going to give myself my shot. And then I'm going to go see if my daughter is ready to get up and start our day. Okay, my little one is finally up. It's 8:45 at this point. So she eats 2 breakfasts. She'll eat now. This is some homemade bread and apples, and then she'll have a little bigger breakfast here after we play a little bit. Okay, guys, now it's time for bread making. This is my sourdough starter. I call it Lucy. Lucy is a good sourdough starter. She's fairly new, and I'm new to this, so if it's not perfect, please don't judge me. It makes delicious bread. Feeds my family, and that's what matters. So I do not measure very much. I don't weigh it. I do use a measuring cup, but I just kind of go by feel feeding her, and usually it's been turned out all right. I'm going to make sandwich bread. The way I make bread accessible is mixing it in the bread maker. I can't knead. My hands are deformed slightly. They're getting better with medication, but they're deformed. So I'm going to put all this in there. Just look at that thing bubble. That's my starter. I am not giving you an exact recipe here. It's not a cooking video, but butter, organic flour, unbleached, honey, and water is how I make my bread. I did forget one ingredient, which would have been extremely misfortunate. Yeast. I use a pack of instant yeast that I dissolve in water. I am going to let this mix up. I also forgot to tell you salt. I put salt in it. This is kind of a muscle memory thing. I will watch it as it mixes and add in more flour as needed. But I'm going to have dough here in an hour or so. All right, I fed my sourdough. Now I'm just going to put the cover back on and let it ferment again until tomorrow. I use it every day. I do not like to throw out my discard. The bread's in the bread maker, and we're gonna go play. Hey Sarah, what are we doing for playtime?
Roblox.
We're gonna play a little Roblox. She likes when I play on my computer with her. I don't get it, but we have no internet, so I tethered my phone to her tablet, and we're gonna play for like 10 minutes, and then we're gonna do some imagination play, because I do not love unlimited screen time, but a little screen time's good. Breakfast number 2 is just waffles for my daughter. She's a carb kid, not so much protein, but that's okay. Don't judge me, please. She does eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. So she's going to eat these waffles. I'm going to put some syrup on them, and then we are going to do some spelling words. Here is the spelling book we use. We are on this one. My bread is all done. We have done some schoolwork, and we're going to take another play break, and then we're going to get back to our schoolwork. All right, we are going to call it a lunch break. I had hoped to be done with our schoolwork, but we're not. So my daughter asked for mac and cheese, and she's also going to have these yummy cucumbers and tomatoes while she waits for that to cook. I thought the cucumbers sounded pretty darn good. So I took cucumbers, tomatoes, and threw some chicken salad in between. Okay, Sarah just did Spanish, and now we're going to finish it off with cursive. We're using handwriting without tears. This is cursive kickoff. The first half of this book was printing. We're not doing that. We just skipped over it because my daughter writes really neat when she wants to. So today we're going to do T and P. I'm back. It is 1:30 now, and I'm having some afternoon tea. My daughter's in a shower. She's gonna get dressed. We're gonna fix her hair all up. School's done for the day. Today really was the dream day. Not every day goes this well, and it won't, but today was super productive, great learning. She loves cursive. She really gets into that. We just had a great school day. Going forward, I probably won't be showing you as much. We're gonna play, but that is what our mornings generally look like. We're not leaving the house today. I'm not feeling it. I recently got out of the hospital. It's been a week today since I got out, so cheers to that. I had some pretty scary symptoms, and I've mentioned them here or there. It's related to my back and my hypermobility. I don't know if I'll do a full video on what happened, but just know that I am feeling much better, but I have a lot of restrictions. So I cannot leave the house independently as easily right now. Thank you so much if you're still watching. I don't know how long this video is getting, but I want to invite you to come along with the rest of my day with me. All right, it is almost 3:30. I am going to work on editing this YouTube video, and then it's going to be time to play a little more in dinner. And yes, we definitely have a lot of one-on-one creative play. And my daughter is 8, but you don't get that time back. So I don't regret it at all. So I'm going to work on editing here. And next time you see me, I will be making some dinner, but not really. We're having leftovers. Okay, it is dinner time. This is leftovers. It's going to taste better than it looks. This is like a homemade egg noodle with my sourdough discard, chicken, and carrots in a broth. The egg noodles didn't turn out quite right. They taste delicious, but they're ugly. but I'm going to eat that up, and we are going to be wrapping up this video soon. All right, friends, that is a wrap on today. I have gotten my shower. I'm in my nice old lady nightgown, and I'm going to brush my hair as we finish up. This video was really long, so if you're watching, thank you. I'm so appreciative of you. Today was a great day. I don't have any complaints. I didn't really have any struggles other than I'm really trying to pace myself because I am still not feeling well. But other than that, it was a good day. It's really the day I envision every day as homeschool, but it doesn't happen like that every day. Sometimes there are struggles, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you want to see more videos like this, please let me know. I would love to hear from you. Leave me a comment. Let me know what kind of homeschool videos you want to do. I've been hesitant to do them. I don't know how they fit in with everything else, but this channel is about my life, and this is my life. So I'd love to hear any feedback you have on it. I'd also just love to hear what you want to see on the channel next. All right, that is all I have for you today, but I do this several times a week, so I'll see you soon.